And welcome to the campus of Magnet Cove for the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament. We are now about to start Game 3 between the visiting Poyen Indians and the Southside B Branch Hornets. And today we're going to take a look let's take a look at our bracket and what we have completed thus far. So in game one between the Quitman Bulldogs and the Episcopal Wildcats, the top-seeded Episcopal Wildcats came out on top in that side of the bracket, and then in the last game they won by a score of 15-0 over the Quitman Bulldogs. And in the second game of the day, what the Bigelow Panthers fell to the Sloan Hendricks Greyhounds in a pitcher's duel, 2-1. The difference in that game was a leadoff home run by their catcher in that game. And now we are about to head into the afternoon games, and this matchup will pit the Southside B Branch Hornets against the Poyen Indians here today, and that winner will go on to play tomorrow in the second game at 2:30 p.m. here at Magnet Cove against the winner of tonight's final game, or this afternoon's final game, at 5:30 between the Magnet Cove Panthers and the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. So that is a look at your bracket, Regional 2A Central Regional bracket for today. And with that, we'll take a look at the starting lineups for each team. We'll start here with the Poyen Indians, who are on the field taking batting practice right now. First of all, your head coach is Coach Keith Barrett, and his assistant coach is Chad Barkley, and their manager is Felipe Conde. Looking at their roster here, number 1, Logan Lewis. Number 2, Carter Felty. Number 4, Hayden Bird. And number 5, Colt Barrett. Number 6, Hayden Lancaster. Number 7, Cody Samples. Number 8, Caden Schuff. Number 9, Ryan Ray. Number 10, Cullen Connor. Number 11, Trenton Russell. Number 12, Carson Gleinman. And number 13, Braden Jewett. And number 15, Bryce Batchelor. Number 16, Landon Crosby. Number 19, Sutter Spear. Number 22, Alan Fight. 25 is Clint Baker. And 27 is Ryder Reed. And rounding it out for the Poyen Indians is number 54, Austin Webb. And so with that being said, we will take a look now at the lineup for the Southside B Branch Hornets here. They're coached by Lance Hulse is their head coach, and their managers are Kinsley Rose and Skylar Bradford. For the Hornets is Kobe Heffington, number 1. Number 2, Whit Holen. And number 3, Kyler Scragg. Number 4, Brian Thomas. Number 5, Case Wells. Number 6, Filbert Collett. Number 7, Josh Brock. Number 7, Hayes Hulse. Number 8, Hayes Hulse. Number 9, Peyton Jones. Number 10, Baylor Hall. Number 11, Jacob Mahan. Number 12, Briar Robinette. Number 13, Cody Kuykendall. Number 14, Connor Riddle. Number 15, Logan Hulse. Number 16, Justice Anderson. Number 17, Ryan Machette. Number 18, Noah Meadows. Number 20, Ashton McLaughlin. And number 21, Toby McKnight. And number 22, Braden Anderson. Number 23, Austin Thomas. And number 24, Braden Mooney. And number 25, Lewis Taylor. And that is the roster for the Southside B Branch Hornets. And I am Coach Shane Hartzell, the East Facilitator here at Magnet Cove High School, on the call today for baseball. And this course, this 2A Central Regional event is sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association here at Magnet Cove. And we are also hosting the softball regional here at the campus of Magnet Cove as well. And so, with that being said, we we will start talking about the Arkansas Activities Association, which is the governing body of student athletics in the state of Arkansas. And I'm going to read this. The schools participating in this regional baseball tournament are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this regional baseball, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be the most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation of State High School Association. So this event is sponsored by the AAA, the Arkansas Activities Association. Again, this is the 2A Central Regional Tournament. After today, the final two games this afternoon, we will be down to basically 4 teams for both baseball and softball. And so those two games will be played tomorrow starting at 12 p.m. being the first game. And then the second game that will follow will be at 2:30 p.m. The first game has already been determined. The 12 o'clock game will be, again, it will be the Episcopal Wildcats, and they will face the Sloan Hendricks Greyhounds. And so that will be the matchup at 12 o'clock. And then in this upcoming game, Game 3, that you're about to see here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel, you will see the Poyen Indians, the visitors, versus the Southside B Branch Hornets. And they will be vying for a spot in the finals on the other side of the bracket, regional bracket today. And then, of course, topping it off today will be the final game will be between the Magnet Cove Panthers and the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves, and they will do battle for that final spot in the lower half of the bracket there. So that's where we're at right now, and we are going to start Game 3 here very shortly. And we have an overcast sky. It has been a beautiful day here on the campus of Magnet Cove for the most part. We have had a little cloud cover, a nice breeze that has been blowing in, just slightly breeze blowing into the baseball field here. And so, but we have had a great day of baseball and softball as well, despite last week with trying to all the schools around the area were trying to get their district tournaments in amidst all the rain. So we're thankful that it has been taken care of, and we are moving on to regionals. And I must say that the top excuse me, the top 4 teams from the region will move on to the state tournament as well. So with that being said, it's a toss-up as we go into play here. We know the one semifinal game that will take place tomorrow already. We know that, again, as I mentioned, the Episcopal Wildcats will face off against the Sloan Hendricks Greyhounds in tomorrow's first game at 12 noon, and then the winner of this game here, Poyen Indians versus Southside B Branch, will be the the one team that will face the winner of the last game this evening, which will be Magnet Cove versus Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. So with that, we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. Stay tuned for for more 2A Central baseball regional tournaments sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
daughters grew up coming into this gas station when they were younger. Michaela, that's the co-owner, she graduated from Magnet, and so from kindergarten on through 12th grade. We would be in here every day getting a biscuit, or field trip day, you had to come in and get the sandwiches and the soda pops, and Mr. Harkins would fix you up right, and so it was a must-have. So we just always loved it, and it was part of our family tradition, and so we just wanted to bring it on to the next round of kids. We, of course, had to pay homage to the Panthers across the street because they're such a huge part of this community, and then you can't pass by without seeing them, so it was Panther Pass, of course, and then the grocery and gas just kind of was very fitting and catchy and just went along well. A lot of people say that the hamburgers are, kind of worth stopping for, but we have a pretty diverse little menu for a gas station, and we've got kind of neat creations that you're not going to find anywhere else. We've got the new Panther Pile Up, and that's kind of fun, and then we've got a huge burger on the menu, and a lot of people like to come in and try that. And then in the mornings we have a pretty good little breakfast buffet on Fridays and stuff when school's in session. And so we have lots of yummy stuff, French toast and bacon and sausage and eggs and biscuits and gravy and casserole. And so a pretty good into your week, start on your Friday. So just lots of little neat things. We love to give back to the community, so we always try to find a neat specials, kind of some home cooking. Here in Malvern, you don't get too many choices for home cooking, so, on our daily specials, we try to go back. Like, we'll have the open roast beef sandwiches and mashed potatoes and gravy. Some weeks we've done meatloaf. Coming up, since it's January and all of us want to be healthy, Michaela just came up with a taco salad that's pretty yummy, I have to say. I just had it for lunch myself to try it out, and so I believe next Tuesday is going to be taco.
And we're live here on the campus of Magnet Cove for the third game today in the 2A Central Regional Tournament. The coaches are having a meeting, Coach Hulse of the Southside B Branch Hornets and Coach Barrett, which is the visiting team, the Poyen Indians, today for the third game matchup to go into the semi. The winner goes to the semifinal round tomorrow at 2:30, and they, of course, will face the winner of the Magnet Cove, the last game today, which is Magnet Cove and Cedar Ridge. So with that being said, the umpires are going over instructions, talking about, any obstructions out there, rules if the ball goes out of play, in play, what's out of play, what's considered in play, and all of those final things here. And we're going to take a look here in just a moment at the starting lineup and defensive positions for the Southside B Branch Hornets. And with that being said, like I said, the coaches are meeting at the mound, and we are about ready to get underway here at Panther baseball field. And it's been a great day of baseball. First game was between Episcopal Wildcats. They won and advanced to the semifinal game for tomorrow at against the Quitman Bulldogs. They won 15-0, and then we had a bit of a pitcher's duel between the Sloan Hendricks Greyhounds and the Bigelow Panthers. And the difference in that came out to be a home run in the bottom of the first inning by their catcher. And so we're about to get underway here in Game 3, the 3 o'clock game. And again, you're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School YouTube channel. We'll talk about defensive positions today. On the bump for the Hornets is number 8, Hayes Hulse. And behind the plate will be number 2, Whit Holland. And at third base will be number 11, Jacob Mahan. And at shortstop will be number 24, Braden Mooney. And at second base will be Colby Heffington, number 1. And at first base will be number 10, Baylor Hall. And going out to the outfield, the starting with the left fielder will be Connor Riddle, number 14. And the center fielder will be number 5, Case Walls. And the right fielder will be number 22, Braden Anderson. So that lines up your defensive positions for the Southside B Branch Hornets here. And we are about to get underway here in just a few moments. Been a great day of baseball. Again, the weather, the skies have turned overcast to partly cloudy, and it's a nice, comfortable breeze that's blowing in here at the Panther baseball field. And we are about to get underway here on the campus of Magnet Cove. Along the way, softball is going on as well as the catcher throws down, and we are about ready to play ball. And with that, up to bat for the visiting Poyen Indians will be Cullen Connor, number 10. And the first pitch delivered and is a called strike. So Hulse starts Connor off with a strike. 0-1 is your count. He delivers, misses just outside to even up the count at 1-1 on Cullen Connor. And that is another called strike, straight down the heart of the plate. And so Cullen has 2 strikes, and he fouls that one off down the first base line. And we are still at 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the delivery, and just fouls that one off a bit late on the swing, but does manage to get a piece of it to stay alive. And the delivery, and that one misses just outside. So 2-2 is your count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cullen Connor. And strikes him out swinging with a changeup. And that is the first out and the first strikeout for Hulse, the pitcher. And that will bring up number 9, Ryan Ray, for the Poyen Indians. First pitch is a hit, and it is going to go foul, out of play. So we will come back and do that again. It's 0-1 is your count. And he breaks off the curveball there for called strike 2. 0-2 is your count. Let's see what Hulse does right here. Does he come at him or try to get him to chase? And he comes right at him. At play to the second baseman. He steps down, makes the play, and does for the 4-3 put out on Ryan Ray. So that is 2 down for the Poyen Indians, and that will bring up Carson Gleinman here for the Poyen Indians. And Hulse delivers, and that one is going to be hit up the middle, and a valiant effort by the shortstop, but just couldn't quite get to it. And he is on with a base hit here up the middle. Lyman is. And so we have a two outs with the runner at first, and that will bring up Hayden Bird, the catcher, for the Poyen Indians. And the delivery by Hulse, a swing and a miss by Bird. Oh, 1 is your count. And that catches the outside corner, so 0-2 is your count. Bird finds himself quickly down in the count. 0-2. Let's see what Hulse, if he comes straight at him or tries to chase something out of the zone. And the delivery, and he gets it, and easy play by the shortstop, and he just has to step on the bag. That's an unassisted play by Mooney there on Bird. So for the third out, so down go 1, 2, 3. Down go 1 through 4 for the Poyen Indians. And with that, we will take a quick break here you're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at Panther Baseball Field, and leading it off will be the center fielder for the Hornets. And that is Case Walls, and he lines out to the third baseman. And I'll get a name with that here, just 1 second. for the first out. And that one's going to Whit Holland is going to start out 0-1. The catcher for the Hornets. On the bump today is number 9, Ryan Ray. Behind the dish is Hayden Bird. And that is Carson Gleinman, the third baseman. And that's a base hit for number 2, Whit Holland, the catcher. And he hits that single into left center. And that will bring up the pitcher, Hayes Hulse. And the pitch, and that one's off speed, and it will start out with strike 1. 0-1 is your count. Again, that play made by just a moment ago was Carson Gleinman, the line out there at third base. And at shortstop is Colt Barrett. And that is a strike, called strike, swing and a miss. And 0-2. Quickly, Hulse finds himself down 0-2. And just foul tips that one and stays alive. At second base is Cullen Connor, and at first base is Carter Felty. Number 2 in right field is Austin Webb, and in center is number 11, Trenton Russell. And Ray delivers, and it's going to be just high, called ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And in, excuse me, and he fouls that one off. Staying alive here. And that one's hit straight up the middle. And that is going to be a catch out there. And I believe that is the center fielder, Landon Crosby. And that will give 2 outs. Ray winds up, delivers, and the runner's going, and he will be up. So Whit Holland is standing up with the stolen base. Braden Mooney, and that's a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 is your count. On the shortstop, Mooney for the Hornets. Ray from the stretch. Sets, delivers, and swing and a miss. And that is Braden Mooney. He's got 2 strikes on him, so your count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. First runner in scoring position on second base with 2 outs. And that one is going to be foul tipped off the catcher's mask. And that one is going to be put in play. That is trouble there, but the shortstop comes up. Barrett comes up firing and makes the play for the 6-3 put out. So that was Colt Barrett for the Poyen Indians to the first baseman, Carter Felty. And with that, that closes the book in the bottom of the first inning. So with that, we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association, and we will be back after this short break. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field, and leading it off for the Poyen Indians will be And we are back here with you. Carter Felty is up to bat with 2 outs. And we apologize for our viewers who have been watching here. We lost our stream signal here for a moment, which happens from time to time with technology. So Carter Felty is down 0-2, the first baseman for the Indians. But Webb led off with a double just a moment ago, and that is going to be a ball outside. So 1-2 is your count. Hulse delivers, and he chops that one, Felty does, down the third baseline. All right, 1-2 is still our count. Webb had a leadoff double on a frozen rope to right field just a moment ago, and that one misses just outside to even up the count at 2-2. And he gets him on the strikeout, swinging there. Down goes Felty, the number 8 hitter. And with that, down go the Indians, and they leave one stranded on second in scoring position. And with that, we will have the Southside B Branch Hornets come up in the bottom of the second inning. And we'll take a quick break here from the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament here on the campus of Magnet Cove, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in just a moment. 0-1 is your count. Ryan Ray delivers, and that one it misses just high for a called ball. That evens the count to 1-1. And the pitch, and swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And Ray delivers and gets him swinging on the outside corner there. So down goes Martin on strike, Mahan on strikes, the third baseman, for the first out. And that will bring up the right fielder, Braden Anderson. And that one is going to be hit straight to the second baseman. That is number 10, Cullen Connor, who makes the play on that. So Southside B Branch quickly finds himself with 2 outs on that frozen line drive to the second baseman. And this one's hit to Barrett. Barrett knocks it down, steps, and throws, but the throw is a little bit off. Took a bad hop on him there. And so Heffington is aboard here with a 2-out single. And that brings up Connor Riddle, and he fouls off the first pitch and starts out 0-1. Connor Riddle is the left fielder for the Hornets. Ray from the stretch, he steps off, keeping that runner. From the stretch, delivers, and that runner is gone, and he is going to be stand up with a stolen base there. So Heffington reaches on a stolen base. Ray from the stretch, delivers, catches the outside corner for a called strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Riddle, the left fielder for the Hornets. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. And delivery. And that one misses just low to even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Ray delivers, and that one's going to be popped up high into right field. Webb is going to be underneath it. He's going to squeeze and make the out, and that will retire the Hornets here in the bottom of the second inning, and we will go to the top of the third inning here. With that, we will take a quick break. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. we're back here at Panther Baseball Field. Leading it off will be the number 9 hole hitter, the left fielder, number 11, Trenton Russell. And he starts off with a strike. So 0-1 is your count here to start at the top of the 3rd inning. And catches the outside corner. So Russell finds himself quickly down in the hole, 0-2. Let's see if Hulse comes right at him or gives him something to chase, and he tries to get him to chase that outside ball, and Russell does not bite on it. Your count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and misses. So evens up the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hulse delivers, and that one's going to run high and inside. And that brings the count to full here for Russell, the left fielder for the Indians. Hulse delivers and gets him swinging. And down goes the 9-hole hitter. Strikes out swinging, and that will bring us back to the leadoff, Connor Cullen, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat, the second baseman. Hulse winds up, delivers, and Cullen Connor swings at the first pitch. 0-1. And that one's going to be chopped. Shortstop has a chance to make a play, but makes a great play, but then has an error on the throw there. So Connor Cullen is aboard on the throwing error, and that is an error on the shortstop, E6. And that will bring up the pitcher, Ryan Ray, and he squares to bunt, and that one's going to be caught, and that was almost disastrous for the Indians. Cullen Connor was leaning with the bunt, but Ray could not get it down, and he flies out to the pitcher. And so for the the second out, and that should be, and this is Carson Gleinman, who had a single into right center. Starts off with ball. 1-1 is your count. And that one's hit hard, and that one's going to deep in the hole. And he cannot make the throw. The shortstop made a great backhand on the ball, but just couldn't quite get the throw there in time. So Carson Gleinman will be on with a base hit, single. And that will bring up the catcher, Hayden Bird, for the Indians with a runner in scoring position. Connor Cullen in scoring position. Runners on first and second. He starts it off with a ball. So 1-0 is your count on Bird. The delivery. And snap throw back to first base. And he catches him leaning. He catches Gleinman leaning too far, and the snap throw to the first baseman, and down goes Carson Gleinman, who is thrown out, and that is a 2-3 putout, and that will end the top of the 3rd inning. So with that, we will take a quick break here from Magnet Cove, the 2A Central Baseball Regional Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. You're watching the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here at Panther Baseball Field. Leading it off is the number 9 hitter, Baylor Hall, for the Hornets. And he starts off, Ray starts him off with a called strike, swing and a miss. 0-1 is your count. And swing and a miss, so quick Hall, the 9-hole hitter, quickly finds himself down, 0-2, and the count. And let's see if Ray comes right at him here. And he just misses the outside corner for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And he delivers, and 2-2 evens up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hall, the first baseman for the Southside B Branch Hornets. And the delivery and swing and miss, and that is a strikeout, and that is the first out. And we are back at the top of the order with the leadoff hitters, Case Walls, who grounded out. And that one is hit between, just out of the outstretched arms of Felty, and is bobbled by Webb. Walls is looking for 2, and he's going to get it. So Walls, what was a single, and a ball ricocheted off of Webb, and he goes ahead and is up safely at second base. And so now the Southside B Branch Hornets have something going here in the bottom of the 3rd with Whit Holland, who singled in his first at-bat into center field. And that one's going to run inside for ball 1. 1-0 is your count. And Ray steps off. Okay. And we have time called by the home plate umpire. And he calls it back in play. And Ray delivers. Gleinman looks the runner, goes 1, and gets him at first. So the 5-3 after the look back, and that will be the second out. And that one is fouled off by the pitcher, Hulse. 0-1 is your count. Or excuse me, 0-2. 0-1. And that is a called strike, so 0-2 is now your count. So let's see if Ray comes at him or tries to get him to chase something right here. The pitcher, Hulse, he delivers and tries to go with that outside pitch, but Hayes Hulse is having none of that and not biting on that pitch. So 1-2 is your count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ray delivers, and that's going to hit Hulse. And so he will take his base. And that will be a hit by pitch. And that will bring up the shortstop, Braden Mooney. Who hit into the 6-3 ground out last inning. The delivery, and the runner is gone, and Bird fakes the throw down to second. So 1-0 is your count on Mooney, the shortstop. Ray delivers, and that one's going to be outside. 2-0 is your count. And that one misses, so 3-0 is your count. Mooney has hitter's leverage right here. Ray delivers, and that is going to be a ball 4, and down will go Mooney on the first base, take his jog down to first base. And so with 2 outs, we have runners on first and second, and that will bring up Jacob Mahan, number 11, the third baseman, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Ray hits that outside corner, so he starts out the count at 0-1. And the delivery. And that one misses. So 1-1 is your count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the delivery. And that one's going to be hit. Played by Gleinman. He is going to step and throw. And the Felty makes the scoop there. And that retires the Hornets of Southside B Branch, and they strand 2 on there, or excuse me, 3 on there. And with that, we will take a quick break here. You are watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association, on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. here at the Panther baseball field, and leading off for the Poyen Indians is the catcher, Hayden Bird. And he is going to pop that one up, and that one is going to be caught by the right fielder and for the fly out, and that will be the first out. And that will be in right field. And that is a called strike. That was Braden Anderson out there making the catch. So Crosby, first pitch is a strike, and then the second pitch is a ball. So 1-1 is your count with one out. And that one's hit to the shortstop. He's going to backhand it and make the throw and pulls him off the bag. So that is going to be a throwing error on the shortstop. That'll be an E6. And Crosby will be aboard here via the throwing error by the shortstop. And Webb squares to bunt, lays it down, the sacrifice bunt. They get the lead runner at second. And so on that fielder's choice sack bunt, and so that is 2 outs. Webb on first, and that brings up Colt Barrett, who struck out looking in his first at-bat. And that one's outside, and Webb is going to be up with the stolen base. And that is going to be a called ball, starting off for the shortstop, Colt Barrett. That one misses just outside for a called ball. So 2-0 is your count on Barrett, the shortstop for the Indians. Webb on second. And they're going to, home plate umpire says Barrett went. So that'll be a called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike is your count with 2 outs. Webb is on second base in scoring position. And the delivery. And he catches the outside corner for a called strike 2. So 2-2 is your count. And the delivery. And swing and a miss. And down go the Indians. And they leave one stranded in scoring position on second base. And with that, we will take a quick break here from 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament in Magnet Cove, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. You're watching on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
My daughters grew up coming into this gas station when they were younger. Michaela, that's the co-owner, she graduated from Magnet, and so from kindergarten on through 12th grade, we would be in here every day getting a biscuit, or field trip day, you had to come in and get the sandwiches and the soda pops, and you know, Mr. Harkins would fix you up right, and so it was a must-have. So we've just always loved it, and you know, it was part of our family tradition, and so we just wanted to bring it on to the next round of kids. You know, we, of course, had to pay homage to the Panthers across the street because they're such a huge part of this community, and then you can't pass by without seeing them, so it was Panther Pass, of course, and then the grocery and gas just kind of was very fitting and catchy and just went along well. A lot of people say that the hamburgers are, kind of worth stopping for, but you know, we have a pretty diverse little menu for a gas station. And, you know, we've got kind of neat creations that you're not going to find anywhere else. You know, we've got the new Panther pile-up, and that's kind of fun. And then we've got the...
And leading it off for the Hornets is right fielder Braden Anderson. Starts off with a call ball. 1-0 is your count. Ray delivers. And that one is going to be just low. 2 balls, no strikes is your count. And that one misses. So 30 is your count on the right fielder, Anderson. And Ray loses him there with the base on balls. So aboard is the leadoff here in the bottom of the 4th for the Southside B Branch Hornets. And that will bring up the second baseman, number 1, Kobe Heffington. The delivery, and he looks to square, but he pulls it back. And that is going to be a call ball. And lays down the bunt, does Heffington. Ray is there, though, to step and throw. And they're looking here. Got him in a rundown, but overthrows to the third baseman, and he is going to come around. But they get him back, and Bird applies the tag for the Indians. And that was a running error. And down, that is the second out. And that one is going to be popped straight up. And that one's going to be popped up, so Connor Riddle, the left fielder, is quickly down 0-2 with 2 outs. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. So 0-2 is still your count. And he reaches for that one and strikes out, swinging. And that will do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And with that, your score is still 0-0 here at the Panther baseball field. We'll take a quick break and return for more 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association, on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at Panther Baseball Field. Leading it off will be number 2, Cart Felty. And he starts off but lines it out to the third baseman. That is number 11 for the Hornets, and that is Jacob Mahan. And so that is the first out. The left fielder, Trenton Russell, is up. And he starts out with a called strike. And swing and a miss there. So Russell quickly finds himself down 0-2. And Hulse delivers. And here comes shortstop, charges it and boots the ball there. So that is going to be it. He will reach via an error on the shortstop. And that will bring the leadoff back up, Cullen Connor, the second baseman. And that one's going to miss low. Ball 1. And the delivery. And that curve is going to be hit by the shortstop. And he gets the force. So he takes the fielder's choice and throws out the lead runner in the 6-4 put out. And 2 down. There are 2 down. Ryan Ray is up to bat, the pitcher. And that is going to be called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 is your count. And that one misses just outside. 1-1 is your count. And that is a called ball, so 2-1 is your count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. And that one sails high, so Ray has hitter's leverage here. 31 count. Runner on Connor Cullen on first with 2 down. And that one's going to be hit, and that one's going to fall in the gap. The right fielder playing shallow comes up quickly to prevent the runner from advancing to third. And that was a heads-up play by the right fielder, Braden Anderson, there. So Cullen just advances to second, and Ryan Ray reaches on the fly into shallow right field. So runners on first and second with 1 out, and that brings up number 12, Carson Gleinman. And first pitch is a swing and a miss. 0-1 is the count. The delivery, and that one's just going to run just a little high. So 1-1 is your count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The delivery and swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hulse has been really good the first 5 innings. And he gets him swinging, reaching for that one. And strikes out swinging. So that will do it there for the Poyen Indians. And when we come back, we will have the Southside B branch, their number 9 hitter up 9-1 and 2. So we'll take a quick break on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here in the bottom of the fifth. Leading off will be the number 9 hitter, Baylor Hall, who struck out swinging. And Ray misses inside with a ball. 1-0 is your count on Hall, the first baseman. And that one is going to be popped up, and Webb is going to call the center fielder off. And so he is going to make the play there. That is a fly to the 9, and that will be the first out in the bottom of the fifth, and that will bring up the leadoff. Case Walls, who doubled, and he starts off with a swing and a miss. So 1 out, 0-1 is your count on Walls, the center fielder. And that one is going to be fouled out of play down the left side. (0-2) is your count. And that one is going to be foul tipped. And so Walls stays alive here with the foul. And he reaches for that one. Walls does. And again, stays alive. And that one misses outside. So 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. Ray delivers. That one's going to be a hopper. That's trouble. Cullen Connor gets down on the dirt for it, but cannot come up with the play. And so aboard is Case Walls, the center fielder. Ray from the stretch steps off the rubber. And the delivery, and that one's going to be just high. So 1-0 is your count on Whit Holland, the catcher. Ray delivers, and he reaches for that one, and that is going to even up the count at 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. He delivers and catches him inside the third. In goes Glyman. He gets the lead runner there. And that will be 2 outs on the fielder's choice. And that brings up the pitcher, Hayes Hulse. The runner is going. And in is Holland. And Poyen tried to roll it up here just a moment ago, but could not quite do it. The double play ball. And that one's going to be tipped. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 strike, 1-1 is your count. And Ray steps off. Runner jumps back on the bag. Ray from the stretch. Delivers, and that one, Webb is on his horse and is moving, but that one is going to be foul. So 1-2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he steps off. Ray does. And delivery, and he turns on that one, does Hulse. But it will be fouled out of play. So runner in scoring position. Holland, the catcher. 2 outs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ray delivers. And that is going to even up the count at 2-2 on Hayes Hulse. And delivers, and that one's going to be into right field, but Webb is there to make the put out. And that will be the 3rd out. And so we are about to go to the top of the 6th inning with your score still 0. It has been both teams have had their chances. They've had runners in scoring position, but just cannot get the key hit, the timely hit to make the play there. So with that, we will take a break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll take a quick break and be back in just one moment. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field going into the top of the 6th inning here, and Bird will be leading it off, the catcher for the Poyen Indians. Hayden Bird. Hull still on the hill, and he misses with an outside called ball. The delivery just misses, 2-0, 2 balls, no strikes. And that one is going to sail high. So 30 is the count on the catcher Bird for the Indians. And Hull finds the outside corner. The delivery, and that one's going to be fouled out of play. So the count runs to full. And the delivery by Hulse, and that one is going to be fouled off. And the delivery, and swings missing. Swings and misses, so that will be a strikeout for Hulse. And Crosby, the center fielder, starts off with the ball. And that one's going to catch the outside corner. So 1-1 is your count. The delivery, and that one is going to be fouled out of play. And 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. Hulse delivers, and that one's going to miss, and that will even up the count at 2-2 on the center field Crosby for the Indians. And the delivery, and that one misses high and inside, so that runs the count to full. And the delivery, and that one's going to be fouled off, so we'll do it again. And that one is going to be fouled out of play. So quite the battle going on here between Crosby, the center fielder for Poyen, and the pitcher, Hulse, from the Indians. It has been a great at-bat for Landon Crosby. He has fouled off several pitches, and so he has been battling at the plate. And the delivery. And that one misses. So down, Crosby will take his jog down to first base. And the Indians have one aboard here with Webb up to bat. And he misses with a ball. The delivery, and that one is fouled out of play. So 1-1 is your count. And he squares to bunt. And snap throw back to first base. And Crosby is in there, safe, says the first base umpire. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Webb. And that is going to get him swinging for the second out. And that will bring up number 5, the shortstop, Colt Barrett. And the delivery, that one's going to be outside. So 1-0 is your count. Oh, and that one's going to hit Barrett. The curveball just didn't break there. So down will go Barrett on first, and coach is going to come out and have a chat with his pitcher here, who has pitched a really good game. And we tallying out the strikeouts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and he has had 9 strikeouts, has Hulse here for the Southside B Branch Hornets. And that will bring up the first baseman, Carter Felty, to the plate, the lefty, number 2, with 2 outs, runners on first and second. And that one's going to sell outside. So 1-0 is your count on Felty, the first baseman for the Indians. The delivery and swing and a miss. And so that evens up the count at 1-1. The delivery. And that one's going to be a strike. And so the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Felty, the first baseman. Runners on first and second. And that one's going to sail just high, and that evens up the count at 2-2. So Barrett's on first, and Crosby is on second. And that one's going to be hit in the gap, and that is going to score. There comes Crosby, and Barrett is going to hold up at third base, and Felty will be into second with a double. And so a big hit by the first baseman of the Indians, Carter Felty. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to believe, but that has been our first run of this ball game. Was just scored, and the catcher wants to go out and talk to his pitcher there just for a moment to settle him down, tell him, hey, it's all right. You pitched a great game. Let's just come right back at him and battle here. So, and that will bring up the the left fielder, Trenton Russell. And first pitch is a called strike. And that one misses. So 1-1 is your count. And lays down the bunt. And so Nice bunt, but that will do it for the third out. But the Poyen Indians do score, managed to get one run in. That was Crosby who scored on the and Carter Felty, the first baseman, was credited with the RBI. So we are here in the bottom of the sixth, and we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field for the 2A Central Regional Tournament. And leading it off will be the shortstop for the Southside B Branch Hornets, number 24, Braden Mooney. Mooney reached on a base on balls. And he is, 0 for 1 for the day with a walk. Ray delivers, and Mooney is in the count, 2-0. And Ray finds the strike zone, so 2 balls, 1 strike is your count on Mooney. And that one's hit in the gap to the left fielder. And so the leadoff, the shortstop, Mooney, is aboard. And with no outs, the Hornets have something going here in the bottom of the sixth. And the third baseman, Mahon, lays down the bunt, and it is misplayed by the third baseman, Gleinman. And that will advance the runner to second. Mooney will go to second, and Mahon, who laid down the bunt, will be safe at first. And the infield wants to talk it over for Poyen. So with no outs, and the Southside B Branch has a runner on first and second, and that brings up the right fielder, number 22, Braden Anderson. And he lays down the bunt, and it is going to be foul. So playing a little small ball here, which is, hey, that is what baseball is all about sometimes. Trying to advance the runner, get them in scoring position. And lays down the bunt again. Goes to first, does Ray. And so with 1 out, that moves the runners up with the sacrifice bunt. And the tying run is 90 feet away here, folks, with 1 out. And number 1, Colby Heffington tries to lay down the bunt, but fouls that one out of play. And Ray is going to call for another ball here. And Ray delivers. Heffington thinks about squaring, but pulls it back, and that evens up the count at 1-1. And he pushes that one down the first baseline, and that one's going to be touched foul by the second baseman. And it looks like they had the possible squeeze on here, the squeeze bunt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He tried to push that one down but now he will be forced to swing away here with 2 strikes. And swings and misses, and that is a huge strikeout for Ray. So Heffington goes down on strikes, and that is the second out. Still got runners on second and third, but with 2 out, and that brings up 14 Connor Riddle, the left fielder, and he pops that one straight up. The catcher is Pop Bird, chases it back to the backstop, but it is going to be out of play. So 0-1 is your count. And that one's hit, and Ray is going to step and throw to the first baseman, and that will do it. So for the bottom of the 6th, the Hornets leave 2 stranded in scoring position, and with that, we will go to the top of the 7th, and we are here at Game 3 of the 2A Central Regional Tournament here at Magnet Cove, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in a few moments on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field for the 2A Central Regional Tournament. Leading off will be the Poyen Indians leadoff hitter, Cullen Connor, and he takes a first called strike. 0-1 is the count. The new pitcher is a lefty on the mound, and he is going to, that is number 5 for, that is the center fielder, Case Walls, who is on the hill, and misses with a called ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that one misses to even up the count at 2-2 on Cullen Connor, the second baseman. And he comes and just stays alive there with fouls that one off. The delivery, and he checked with the first base, appeal down to the first base umpire, and he said he did not go. So that will bring the count to full. And swings and misses there for strike 3. So that will be the first out, and Ryan Ray, the pitcher, who has pretty much went the distance in this game. And Anderson, excuse me, Walls delivers, and it's a strike, and Ray lays down a bunt. That's going to be trouble, and he is going to be safe. Nice push bunt down the first base line in no man's land, as they would call it. And so with 1 out, Ryan Ray, the pitcher, is aboard with a bunt single there. And that brings up the third baseman, Carson Gleinman. And that one misses just outside. And that is going to be a called strike inside corner. So 1-1 is your count on Gleinman, the third baseman for the Indians. And steps and throws does the pitcher, Walls, trying to keep Ray at bay over there on first. And another strike on Carson Gleinman. So 1-2 is your count with 1 out and runner on first. And that one's going to be fisted off of, and that one ball is going to be dropped. But we'll say this, Ray was trying to get back because he thought that ball was going to be caught. And they do end up getting him out for the second out, the put out. And the 6-4. And so with 2 out, Gleinman on first. Bird, the catcher, up to bat. And that one sails high. And Gleinman does not go as that ball gets away from the catcher. And Walls is signaling to his catcher, sorry that it was my bad. And we're going to have a pinch runner for the Indians. That will be number 1, Logan Lewis will check in as the pinch runner. One ball, no strikes on Bird, and the count is evened up 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 down, runner on first. Lewis on first. And that pitch is going to run high for 2 balls and 1 strike. And the delivery. And that one's going to be fouled off. So 2-2 is your count. And the delivery. And strikes Bird out with the swinging. Down goes Bird. And so, well, we are about to go to the bottom of the 7th inning for Southside B Branch, they're down to 3 outs. They must at least score 1 or walk it off and score another one. If Poyen can manage to get these 3 outs, then they will be advancing to the semifinals tomorrow against the 4th and final game of tonight's game, which would be against the Magnet Cove Panthers versus the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. And with that, we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. And we will take a quick break. And leading it off for the Southside B Branch is the number 9 hitter. That's the first baseman, Baylor Hall. And first pitch is a ball. And that one catches the inside corner for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the count. And Ray finds the zone there. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count on the number 9 hitter, Baylor Hall, the first baseman for the Hornets. The delivery, and that one's going to be popped up high. The second baseman, Cullen Connor, calls for it and makes the catch for the first out. So that will be back. That will bring back up the pitcher, Case Walls, who entered the ball game as was in the ball game but moved to pitcher. And that one's going to be fouled out of play. So 0-1 is your count. And that one just misses. So that evens up the count at 1-1. And that one is hit in the gap on the one hopper to the left fielder. And that will be a single for Connor Walls, now the pitcher. So a runner on first, 1 out. The tying run is on first. The go-ahead run is at the plate. And that is Whit Holland, the catcher. One ball. And that one's going to be fisted up. And Cullen Connor is going to call that one. And that is 2 down. So Southside B Branch Hornets down to their final out, but have the tying run on first base. And that one is going to be fouled out of play. So Ray works ahead here. Count is 0-1. Ray looking back the runner. And misses with the ball outside. 1-1 is your count with 2 away. The Hornets trying to stay alive here. And that one misses just outside. Hayes Hulse thought about it and decided better of it. And that one's hit to the shortstop. Barrett is going to step, and the Poyen Indians are going to take the W here in the third game, and they beat the Southside B Branch Hornets here 1-0. What a game here, folks. A lot of baseball played here, but the Poyen Indians come out victorious here at Panther Field for the third game of the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament. And with that, the Indians are going to await to see. They will face the winner of the last game of this afternoon between the Magnet Cove Panthers and the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. And so Poyen has punched their ticket to the semifinals. And with that, we thank you for those who have tuned in from Poyen and also from Southside B Branch. We appreciate you tuning in, and we apologize for the technical difficulties. But that is going to wrap it up here. Again, the score, the guests, the Poyen Indians win 1-0 over Southside B Branch and advance to the semifinals tomorrow in the 2:30 game. So we're going to take a break here, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be back for the final game to determine who will take that final seed in tomorrow's semifinal matchup. So we appreciate you tuning in to us today. Again, you have watched the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube page. This is Coach Shane Hartzell signing off.